Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer says he will invite President Biden himself to testify next. Former Hunter Biden business partner Tony Bobulinski delivering some stunning remarks before the House Oversight Committee.
During the hearing, Bobulinski and fellow former Biden business partner Jason Galanis painting a damning picture of the links Hunter Biden allegedly went to in order to cash in on his father's influence while concealing the president's involvement, then vice president. Kentucky Congressman James Comer and chairman of the House Oversight Committee joining us now. James Comer, thank you so much for coming on. Congressman, we appreciate the time. I wanted to jump right into the potential of having a sitting president testify. And how, in terms of the possibility, how close are you on that?
Well, the ball's in Joe Biden's court. We have 3 of his family's former business associates who have all testified under oath that Joe Biden was a central figure in the influence peddling schemes. No one on the Democrat side of the aisle, no one in the mainstream media is denying the fact that we have proven the Bidens were influence peddling. Where there's disagreement is to whether or not Joe Biden knew what was going on. So the only way to find that out is to ask Joe Biden himself to come before the hearing. We asked Hunter Biden to come, even though Hunter Biden had said numerous times that he wanted a public hearing. We provided him a venue for a public hearing, and he was a no-show. So now we're going to invite Joe Biden because we're getting very close to the point where we're fixing to provide the American people the accountability that we promised all along, because we believe the Biden family's committed a lot of crimes. We believe Joe Biden knew darn well what was going on all along. We're going to give Joe Biden an opportunity to defend himself. If he chooses not to, then we're going to proceed forward.
And the president has maintained he's denied involvement and profiting from his son's business dealing. That's ultimately at the heart of what you're looking into, sir. There was an exchange in the hearing between Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan, chair of the House Judiciary Committee, and Tony Bobulinski. It caught our attention. Perhaps if our viewers missed it, here's that moment.
Mr. Bobulinski, who's the big guy?
Joe Biden.
Are you sure about that? Because when
Jordan, Joe Biden.
You sure?
I'm 1,000% sure.
Because when Hunter Biden did his deposition under oath, he said, I don't know who it is, even though he was copied on an email that said H will hold 10% for the big guy. You sure it's the big guy is Joe Biden?
1,000%. And there's other text messages that back that up, that the brave whistleblowers, Shapley and Ziegler, have produced. Not from my phones, not from my BlackBerry that I took screenshots from. They took them from subpoenas directly from Apple's iCloud that back up the fact that Hunter knew the big guy was Joe Biden.
The big guy is the brand. The big guy is the lift. The big guy is the one who showed up at golf outings, who took phone calls and meetings and lunches and dinners with Hunter Biden and his business associates. Is that right?
Correct.
All right, so again, that's Tony Bobulinski's read on this email, the big guy being Joe Biden and 10%. And I guess I'm wondering if you're able to sort of make that connection behind the scenes about ultimately where these funds are going.
Yeah, look, there are 2 former associates that said Joe Biden was going to be an equity owner in these schemes they were doing. You had Tony Bobulinski. You also had Jason Galanis, the other witness that was present at the hearing, said that Joe Biden was going to be an equity owner. We know from the bankruptcy proceedings of AmeriCorps Health, Jim Biden led the AmeriCorps Health people to believe that Joe Biden was interested in an equity ownership stake in that scheme. So there's overwhelming evidence that Joe Biden was going to be involved in these schemes. What we also learned from Tony Bobulinski was there was no legitimate business. When Tony Bobulinski agreed to go in business with the Bidens, he really thought they were going to do some type of joint venture with China. But what he soon realized was that the Bidens weren't interested in any joint venture. They just wanted the money. They just wanted payments from China, payments from Romania, payments from Russia, because their last name's Biden, and they should receive millions of dollars from around the world. That's what we've learned from this investigation. Joe Biden has lied so many times about his knowledge of, participation in, and benefit from his family's influence peddling schemes that we thought we would give him an opportunity to set the record straight in a public hearing, to say that he was in fact not involved in any of these schemes, despite the fact that numerous former associates have testified under oath that he was.